Welcome to our slide presentation.
And this is our team.
What we have here is an epidemic of new virus that's causing problems in virtually every corner of the globe.
It's now reached North America and has already spread through half a dozen Asian countries.
We have confirmed export of cases from Toronto to Australia and the USA.
The World Health Organization's warning its first emergency travel advisory in a decade.
Researchers from the World Health Organization say they are encouraged by steps being taken in China to control the disease.
The outbreak may be decreasing in Hong Kong, Singapore, and in Toronto.
Due to an unprecedented global collaboration, the World Health Organization can say that the SARS outbreaks have been contained worldwide.
Assalamu alaikum and hi ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you a question. Do you still remember the COVID-19 outbreak of 2020? The virus that caused so much chaos and destruction across the globe. But what if I were to tell you that this was not the first time that the virus has caused an outbreak? Now allow me to introduce to you SARS CoV-1, the virus that struck fear into the hearts of people in 2003 and 2004. Long before COVID-19 even was a blip on our radar. Like a ruthless drug lord, this virus has been lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike again, and strike it did in the form of COVID-19. So, to explain about the pathogenicity of SARS CoV-1, we will let the expert to explain it in more detail. So, here we have Dr. Aizzat.
Certainly, as an expert virologist, I want to share with you all deeply about the pathogenicity of SARS CoV-1. Once the virus enters the host, it begins to replicate in the respiratory system, specifically in the epithelial cells of the airways. This replication causes inflammation and damage to our respiratory system, leading to symptoms such as fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. This virus can also spread to other organs such as the liver and kidneys, causing further damage and potentially leading to organ failure. This is more likely to happen in severe cases of SARS. The virus can also cause a systematic immune response, which can lead to a hyperinflammatory state called a cytokine storm. The cytokine storm occurs when the immune system overreacts to the virus and produces too many inflammatory molecules called cytokines, which can cause a tissue damage and organ failure. This is thought to be a major contributing factor to the severe illness and death caused by the SARS-CoV-1. SARS-CoV-1 can also cause a blood clot and thrombosis. This can lead to serious complications such as stroke, heart attack, and multiple organ failure. The virus can also affect our nervous system, leading to encephalitis, which is the inflammation of the brain, or meningitis, the inflammation of the lining of the brain and spinal cord. Recovery from SARS-CoV-1 can take within weeks or months, and some people may have long-term health problems such as lung damage, fatigue, and difficulty breathing. It's worth noting that the understanding of SARS-CoV-1 pathogenicity is still ongoing, and new information may come to light as more research is conducted.
That's our point.
Now, let us interview some random people and ask them about their opinion on SARS-CoV-1 impact. Excuse me, sir.
Oh yeah?
I would like to ask you some question.
Oh, what is it about?
On what the impact of SARS-CoV-1.
It's crazy to think about how similar SARS-CoV-1 virus is to the current COVID-19 outbreak. But the truth is, back in 2003 and 2004, this virus caused a lot more harm and damage to human health. I mean, the mortality rate alone was at least double of what we're seeing now. And let's not forget about the impact it had on our economy. Right. Like people were so scared they stopped traveling and doing business with other countries. It was like the world just shut down for a bit. And the thing is, we still don't know everything there is to know about this virus. Then it's a reminder that we always have to be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. That's how I think about it.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So, how would the government control the disease? What were these measures taken by the authorities to curb this virus? Now, I will let Ms. Ulfa to explain about this in more detail.
During the 2002 until 2004 SARS outbreaks, governments around the world took a variety of strict measures to try to curb the spread of the virus. Some of the most common actions taken included are: first is quarantine and isolation. People who were confirmed to have SARS or who had been in close contact with someone who had the virus were often quarantined in hospital or other designated facilities to prevent them from spreading the virus to others. Next, we have travel restriction. Many countries implement travel restriction to try to prevent the spread of SARS. These include closing borders, cancelling flights, and requiring travelers from affected areas to undergo health screening. Furthermore, is the public health campaigns. Governments and health organizations launch public health campaigns to educate people about SARS and how to prevent its spreads. These include information on the symptoms, how to protect oneself and others, and how to seek medical attention if necessary. Contact tracing also includes in preventing the spread of SARS. Health officials attempt to identify and track people who had come into contact with a SARS patient in order to monitor them for symptoms and also prevent further spread of the virus. Last but not least, research and development of vaccine and treatment. Governments and research institutions around the world also work on developing vaccines and treatment for the SARS. It is also important to note that these measures were not always successful in controlling the spread of SARS, and the outbreak eventually came to the end due to natural factors including the seasonal change and the development of herd immunity. However, it serves as a reminder that we must always be prepared for the next outbreak.
Doctor, yes, so lately I've heard that China company has developed a new technology they called thermal scanner. So, can you tell me in detail what is the function of this technology and how can it detect SARS-CoV-1?
That is an interesting question. So to answer this, did you know the SARS-CoV-1 outbreak led to development of new technologies such as the use of thermal scanners to detect fevers, which are now commonly used in airports around the world to detect potential cases of COVID-19. Therefore, the outbreak of SARS-CoV-1 also led to changes in the way that public health officials and scientists respond to emerging infectious diseases. The outbreak was a major catalyst for the development of the Global Public Health Intelligence Network, GPHIN, which is a system for rapidly detecting and responding to outbreak of infectious disease. I think that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you for your explanation, Doctor.
In these challenging times, it's important to take care of ourselves and those around us. Let's continue to follow safety guidelines and work together to beat this virus. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you for watching.